This is my fastest run so far playing Supremacy on the hardest level. I'm just going to go over and give some comments on how the game went. Just selecting the opponent now. So I started the timer from when I hit challenge, which is in a few seconds. Now, so as always, the first thing I do, tax rate to 0 because I want to grow the population as fast as possible. Second thing I do, I buy 6 solar satellites to generate energy. The investment in solar satellites is very small, the return is necessary. You might as well buy them immediately rather than delay. Occasionally I buy more than 6. I start with 6 and then see if what my energy supply looks like. So first I bought 6 and then we'll start by looking at the mining stations. But before we commit people, population to crewing the mining station, let's look at what things are. So this was a great start. There's enough credits there for 3 mining stations. There's enough minerals there for 6 bases, enough energy there for 5 bases, and my 6 solar satellites will soon have that higher. So this is quite unusual. I'm not under any pressure to produce resources straight off. So I'm actually delaying somewhat crewing my mining station in order to allow the population to grow higher, faster. I'm not going to be constrained immediately by being able to build farming stations. I'm just going to be constrained by the availability of cash, which depends on population. So as fast as possible, I'm growing the population. So you see up to 3,500 now. I've only put the 1 mining station down because there's 100 crew to crew a mining station. So I'm just, if you let the population grow a bit higher, then taking 100 out to crew a mining station will have a smaller impact. I've put all 3 out now. And again, I've got a fair amount of food, so I'm not desperate. So my next purchase is going to be the terraformer. I do need to start producing military units because as soon as I'm going for very rapid expansion of population, which means I need to settle another planet quite early, which means I need to have troops available to defend that planet quite early. Population up to nearly 5,000 now, but only 200 in training as soldiers. Food supply is still 3,000, so obviously I will need to build 3 farming stations to support population of 9,000 on Starbase. But that can wait a little bit. I can get the terraformer out there producing planets for me before that happens. Population now at 6,000. So I have increased the tax rate. Population should level out at about 9,000, which I will be able to support with farming stations. But right now I'm just living on that supply. So you can see supply minerals there. I've got minerals for 4 more bases. I've got energy for 4 more bases. So I need that second planet even just to put down the bases I've got support for. And of course I will need the cash. So that's why my limiting factor right now is population and credits. So just coming up to 26753 here. Not quite there. 26.6. Need another 108 credits. So we can start doing that. So now the next available cash will be, as soon as cash is available, I'll start putting the farming stations down to feed my population, and I will need more troops. Actually, a tiny bit late here, I think, getting these troops into training. So planet 1 is a jungle planet. That's very good, very good. I think, slightly would prefer an urban planet. You can get slightly more cash out of those, but jungle planet is very good. As once I've got farming stations down on Starbase, I want to be growing the population on that planet 1. First farming station down. Population is just under 9,000. That's exactly where I want to do that. That can be sustained with 3 farming stations. It won't take me very long to raise the cash to build the next 2. And I'll actually, again, by now, I've got minerals there for 4. And I've got energy just about for 4. So that's 2 more ground stations after filling up Starbase. But see, my first unit's only 53% trained, so that's actually not quite enough. As I'm recruiting military units and crewing ground stations, population's dipping below, so drop the tax rate by 1% just to top up the population. You see minerals and energy now, plenty for 3 more ground stations. Get that in, crew it. So Starbase is now self-sustaining at this point. Population is going to gradually increase, but I'll be pulling that excess population. So I need just under the amount of money there. Need a battleship to move stuff onto planet 1 and planet 2. Planet 2 is volcanic. That is absolutely perfect. So while my minerals are going to run out soon, but with a volcanic planet to produce minerals on, I'll be able to keep expanding at a decent rate for a bit. So what I'm actually waiting for now, before I start developing Planet 1, I am going to need some troops to defend it. I also, dropping the tax rate there a bit, I'm actually looking to produce a slight surplus of population on Starbase, which I can ship to Planet 1 once I have food being produced on it to make more rapid use of it. Just going through the troops in training here. Again, because I want to expand very fast, I'm going to need troops to defend them. I'm not necessarily going to have credits to equip these troops extremely well, which means I'll need more of them to defend my planets. So you see Planet 1 there is running out of food. We're at 244 food. Population is 1,600. With 1 farming base there, it'll be able to support 8,000 or 9,000. But I've got to get it there, and I do want to defend the planet. So there's the farming base. So right now I'm just hovering that over the planet. I'm a bit nervous about being attacked. Planet 3 has come up, and that's another jungle planet, which is very good. Again, would have preferred 1 jungle and 1 urban is really nice, but 2 jungle is okay. So I'm just waiting here for my first unit to be fully trained. There it is. He's got minimal equipment because I don't have a lot of cash raised yet because I'm expanding to my second planet so early. But there we go. So we'll plant the farming station there. We'll unload my one unit. And the other thing we have to worry about is energy on planet 1, because that farming station is going to use energy. We'll just grab the 23. Yeah, so there's the solar satellite. We'll fly one of our solar satellites. So I just loaded the 20 spare energy, spare minerals, land them on Starbase. So again, I've got minerals for nearly for 2 more farming bases, not quite. So planet 1 now, population of 3,000. I did take a few people off Starbase there just to give that a slight boost. Starbase is back to about 9,000. Again, these lightly equipped troops, I'm going to need a lot of them until I've got cash coming in. Second unit still only 90% trained. So with being able to support population 9,000 on planet 1, I do want to be producing extra minerals. So somewhere along the line I missed the message of the everything getting turned off that always happens near the beginning. But managed to turn it all on again before I ran out of food. So 900 minerals, 400 food, everything's stable there. 4,000 population, yeah, with the bonus that one farming station is producing a lot of food on planet 1. And planet 2, yeah, I want to be producing minerals, but I need to defend planet 2 as well. Just pulling troops into training. Second and third are both ready to commission. For flexibility, I've commissioned the 2 units with minimal equipment rather than 1 unit with heavy equipment, which I could have done. So dropped one of those on planet 1 and the other one on planet 2. So planet 1 now has 2 units of defense, which is still not very much given their light equipment, but it's enough to give me time to react, I hope. And now with planet 2 defended, I'm going to put a mining station on it. And that will produce a lot of minerals. And in the long run, fuel. Minerals is what I care about at this stage. Give it energy. And planet 3 I'm going to want to populate as well. And planet 3 has started with a very tiny population. So it's not running out of food. I can leave the tax rate low and let it grow that population a bit, even though I'm not going to be providing more food there for a while. But population of 120 you don't actually consume any food until you get to about 200. So planet 1 is defended, planet 2 is very lightly defended at this point. It's going to need more. And now with there's enough cash coming in, I'm moving to a moderate level of equipment for my troops. Planet 4 is ready. That's another volcanic planet. I don't actually need, I've got 3 habitable planets that will produce decent population, decent money, 1 volcanic planet. I'm not planning to settle any of these nearby planets at this point, but I might as well terraform them anyway. They become a distraction. So I'm actually waiting on my units to finish training that I put in early. So with the minerals that came in from Planet 2, built a second farming station for Planet 1. So that will now support 18 or 19,000. Population is still growing nicely. And food is not too low. Food on Starbase is low, but it's stable for 8,700. I'm producing more food than I need for, very slightly more food than I need for 8,700 people. And we keep these coming in. I don't have the cash yet to commission that, but I'm 2/3 of the way there. Planet 1 population is fine. Okay, if I want to level that out at about 20,000 for the time being until I put another farming station there. So with these units, I should be able to defend Planet 3 and start to put food on that. Just going to defend Planet 2 more heavily. That was a slight change in my tactics for this game, which I think worked out really well. I was just a little more cautious about making sure my planets were defended well. So I've now got 3 units on Planet 2. A game I played recently, I left that to more to the minimum, and I just found I wasn't able to fully defend my planets, and it's a big slowdown if you lose a planet. So what I'm doing here, I'm moving one of my mining stations from Starbase to Planet 2, where it will produce a lot more minerals, and that frees up a slot on Starbase, so I can actually increase the population on Starbase now and plant another farming station there. So Planet 2 is now reasonably well defended. Starbase, I've dropped the tax rate so that the population can come up. Planet 5 is another volcanic planet, which, again, none of these actually do me very good. An urban planet would have been quite nice. I could have used an urban planet and developed that instead of Planet 3. But you see, I didn't get one. So putting a 4th farming base on platform on Planet 1 Starbase. Again, I can now support nearly 12,000 population there. But I still need... I've dropped the tax rate to increase the population towards 12,000. And now I'm under attack. And that is not holding. So I've got 2 lightly equipped units, and they are outgunned there. So I do need to bring in reinforcements pretty soon. But I've got the cash for a medium strength unit. Dump that on straight away. That is just holding, not comfortably. I'm going to pick up some minerals from Planet 2. I've got 390 there, which is about 2/3 of what I need for another farming base. Planet 1 now has the population I want, actually slightly over, but the food reserve will last a little bit. And Still, so I still need to reinforce Planet 1. Planet 1 is holding, but the attacking force is strong. Starbase now has the right population. And I've got enough credits for another medium strength unit. So we'll land Battle 1. Dump the minerals. That's minerals for another base. Another farming base I can build now. But before I do that, I think just checking on Planet 1. Planet 1. I actually forgot to load my troops there. So I've just flown Battle 1 to reinforce Planet 1, but forgot to take the troops with me. Getting a bit impatient there. I was jumping about looking at, recruiting the troops, checking the strength on Planet 1, and I forgot to load the troops onto the battleship. So yeah, that was dead level, but now I've got 2-to-1, 3-to-1 type ratio on Planet 1. That's safe. And now the rate the cash is coming in, I'm looking at equipping troops with the max at this point. I've got good enough surplus of population. So I want to get, with cash coming in, I'm going to want to recruit troops, not just to defend my planets, but also to start to expand to refueling bases so that I can start to launch attacks on enemy base. So this is all going really, really well at this point. Population is where I want it. I have cash now for a maximum equipped unit. There it goes. We haven't seen Planet 6 yet. Planet 3 is still rather lightly defended. I think it just has one unit on it, one medium equipped unit. But now that I'm bringing... I should know, I think Planet 3 has nothing on it. So now I can defend it with a maximum equipped unit. I can start to put some food on it. It's got 1,400 population. But that one farming station can support 9,000, so I've dropped the tax rate to 0. I'm going to pick up minerals from... I've got a full hold of minerals there from Planet 2. Planet 1's under attack again, so Planet 1 will need reinforcing again. So my battleship is heading back, and I've got to probably recruit another unit to... Don't quite have the cash yet, but not too far off. I need another unit to defend to defend Planet 1. I'm at 90,000, 109,000 for this. And yeah, I'm still recruiting more. As the cash comes in faster and faster from these growing populations, I'm going to want more and more trained troops ready to be equipped. I've got about 3 or 4 currently that are fully trained. And that's the first one. So that should go straight to Planet 1. Planet 1 is just holding. I've got more strength than the enemy there, but not by a huge margin. So we'll start to reinforce that. So I've now got a 3-to-1 margin there. And I've got minerals for one more base. So that's probably going to... Is that going to Planet 3? So go to planet 1. It's going to planet 1, which currently... So let's get that maxed out. That can now almost support 30,000. Not quite, but we can head up in that direction. Planet 1 still holding militarily. Planet 2's never got attacked. Planet 3 just has 1 unit. Planet 5 I'm not using, so the enemy's taken that. It wasn't defended. My population's a bit high and my food's a bit low, so I've got to be a bit careful on Starbase. And we'll just finish recruiting the first round of troops. So it's 23 and 24 fully recruited. 1 is gone, I think, so I can re-recruit 1. Not done that just yet. Don't I have a farming station still in the air? So the planet I'm terraforming now is 14 steps away from Starbase. That's a good spot for my first refueling base. I don't need any more planets near Starbase. I've got all I need, and I'm getting into a good enough state to start launching attacks. I do still think I've got a farming base that's not landed. Let's bring back another load of minerals to Starbase. And yeah, so the second rotation of troop recruitment. These are all units that were wiped out on Planet 1, the initial defences of Planet 1, that were reinforced but didn't make it. Planet 1 is reasonably safe. And I've got minerals for 2 more. So this will be the second one on Planet 3, which will get Planet 3 up to being able to support a population of 19,000. And Planet 3 also needs reinforcements. I'm still pretty sure Farming 8 hasn't landed. Maybe it did. I forgot. So yeah, Planet 3's population is rising. Planet 3 is better defended. Planet 7, jungle planet. It's quite nice for the first refueling base is volcanic, and you can put a mining station there and produce fuel, so you don't have to ship so much out on cargo ships. Planet 3 now under attack, so I've got 2 units there, which is enough for now, but not for terribly long. It will fight off this attack, but be much weakened. Yeah, Planet 3 can now support. Right, so I've now got the double output, so all my planets as they currently stand can support a 30,000 population with this with the improved farming stations. I'm providing extra food supply, so these will allow the planets to build up a food surplus for it. It's the numbers are a jungle planet with 3 farming stations can just support can nearly support 30,000. So if you have a good food surplus that you've built up, I've actually run out of energy now on Starbase, so I'm down to 480. I need 900 odd for. What I'm looking to do is to build a third mining station for Planet 2. So this is to start to make sure I have a good supply of fuel for when I go on the attack, and I need a lot of fuel to attack. Planet 3 holding. Planet 1 not under attack. Planet 2 never been attacked. Planet 8, again, I'm just looking, if one of these 3 planets is volcanic, I'll use that as my refueling base. If not, I'll just use the middle one, and I'll mostly ship fuel there from Planet 2. So, yeah, the issue is I want to build a third mining station for Planet 2, but I've run out of energy. So rather than wait, I've built up a big surplus of energy on Planet 1, because the one solar satellite that's been there since very early has produced more than I need. Now I can produce this mining station. Again, I'm fine for minerals now. This mining station's there to produce fuel. I'm going to be shipping multiple battleships out towards enemy base that will need a lot of fuel. Round trip for one battleship to enemy base is like 62 and 6 launches. 3,600 fuel for a round trip. Okay, Planet 3 is looking a bit weak now. Definitely needs reinforcing. So just get that down since it was there ready. And yeah, I've got plenty of strength there. Again, the shift in strategy for this game. I'm defending my planets with more strength than I usually do. So bringing all 3 here. Normally I would have just brought 2. So just for neatness, I've got 2 good pairs of units there, and one of the odd ones. So I've taken this. It's a little bit risky here, but again, because I'm going to want to go on the attack, I'm going to want lots of units. So rather than have a bunch of very weakened units strung out around the system, I'm going to bring back the weaker ones and disband them here. But I've actually left Planet 1 now with just 1 unit on it, so I've got to be a little careful there. So yeah, these are the units I just brought back. Again, as well as being below strength, they're also not equipped with the top equipment. So get them back, bring them back to strength. And when I do recommission them, it will be with the best equipment. So these ones already do. Part 3 is fairly secure now. Tiny bit short of credits. I need another. There it goes. That's enough to support that. And now I've got cash for another 2 when I bring back the. So Starbase at max population. And another 2 fresh units there. Again, Planet 1 is still lightly defended at this point. There we go, just one unit. So I'm out of minerals on Starbase, but I'm not actually needing any more any minerals at this point for building anything. And I still have 2 mining stations on Starbase, so I will get, by the time I want another, if I do want to build something else, I'll probably have it. Okay, I'm just messing around here a bit, taking the below strength unit of planet 1 and putting it on planet 3, where it will go straight into the action. I don't mind having a unit that's 3/4 strength or something, throwing it straight into a battle. I don't like it sitting idle. If I've got units sitting quiet, I want them to be full strength units. I got the maximum protection for the fact that I've committed one of my 24 platoons. Yeah, Planet 9 is taking a long time to get ready. What's it say? 79 days. That's more than a year. So one of those planets I'm going to use as a refueling base. So I'm taking a second battleship. I'm going to fuel that up to the max. Okay, Planet 9 is ready, and it is urban. Yeah, so I would have liked that for Planet 3 or Planet 4, but for my refueling base, I'm used to having the one that is currently called Planet 7, the one in that position, as my refueling base, so I'm going to use that. So Battle 2, I'm bringing 4 full strength units there. So 2 of them can defend Planet 7, and the other 2 I'm going to move on. So in order to proceed on from my refueling base to take a second refueling base, which will be one of Rorn's planets, I'm going to need to refuel on Planet 7. So to do that, I'm going to need to have, I'm going to be using this cargo ship to bring some fuel to Planet 7. Just checking out. So yeah, that's why I put the third mining station on Planet 2. If you can see, I'm taking a quarter of the fuel that's on Planet 2. I've just loaded onto this ship as its own fuel plus cargo. Battle 2. So this is now defended, but I don't have fuel to go further. I've got neither a full fuel tank or any cargo. So I need more fuel to move on and to move on to the attack. Just being paranoid and checking my planets are safe. Yeah, everything's good there. So I just need, I'm waiting for fuel. I'm waiting for Cargo 1 to bring fuel to Planet 7. There it is. So it needs to use a little of that fuel to travel home on. That's not enough. I miscalculated. It needs 700 to get back to Planet 2. And now Battle 2 can have a full fuel tank and a cargo load full of fuel to attack. So again, that's always the planet position that I choose for my second refueling base. keep the reinforcements coming. So I've got some troops that are still serving there with less than maximum equipment. So it needs to be sorted out. And I think they're on planet 2. Planet 2 never got attacked, which is quite strange. I think that might be an effect of my heavier defences. I think, because he's losing troops faster in attack because I'm defending better. He's not attacking as broad on as broad a front, which is good. So I'm bringing back the understrength units from planet 2. Understrength because they're under-equipped, not because they've lost, not because they've taken losses. So that's the 4th and 5th. So with the cash brought in, I now have a lot of cash for... So those are all now strong. So I've conquered the second refueling base. That 3rd is another understrength unit, under-equipped unit. Right, so that's... So Unit 4, full strength, fully trained, but not top equipment. So that's what I'm doing with these. I'm disbanding them and then recommissioning them with fresh equipment. And then these units, again, number 3 is the same, fully manned, fully equipped, but fully manned, fully trained, but not the right equipment. And then these just taken more than 50% losses. Replenishing, restaffing them. So, didn't lose much taking this planet, which is quite surprising because it turns out, if you noticed on my ships, I've captured a load of ships on this planet. And it has fuels on board, so this is actually really, really nice. Planet 3 under attack again. Holding safely. So that's equipped. So Battle 2 needs to come home. These units that I brought back are now re-equipped and ready to go. Slightly under cash to get the next one now. Just going through these. So yeah, Battle 2 is coming back. I filled up with minerals on the refueling base since they had them there, but not likely to need them. So I've got a cargo ship has to keep ferrying fuel out to Planet 7. That's where where I'm going to be refueling ships. And I've got cash for another 2 units. So again, this is all going really, really well. So Battle 2 is nearly back. I've got units to fill it. So my first attack on enemy base has to be with... Oh, now this is the planet I took from him, Cebus, has 5 running mining bases on it. 5 is a lot. So I'm going to grab a couple of them and just ship them back to Planet 7 so I can be generating fuel there. I may not need all these, since I'm going to be putting them down on platform 7. I will need energy there. Did something go wrong there? Planet 8 was one of the possible refueling bases that I didn't use. So Battle 2 now fully loaded. That is the beginning. I keep Battle 1 back for basically defense at this stage. And then Battle 2, and I'm about to buy Battle 3, will go on the attack. So that's a mistake. Battle 3 is going on the attack. It is not that easy to keep exact track of, what ships have what on them. You can rename them, but that slows you down a bit. So these are the mining bases that I took. Now I thought I'd save by put Solar 4 over Planet 7. Yeah, the energy is going up, yeah. So those mining stations, because Planet 7 is, I think, a jungle planet, those mining stations aren't producing as much as they would on a volcanic planet. But they're producing something, and every ton of fuel they produce is a ton I don't need to load onto a cargo ship on Planet 2 and take out there. So we're now at the stage of, am I making the best use of all my troops? Now, I've just got we're off the super one. Now, because most of my population is on jungle planets, they actually, Planet 1 and Planet 3 are jungle planets. They can continue to maintain a population of 30,000 with what they've got and with the food surplus that they built up in the meantime. But Starbase, with 4 food stations, I need to drop the population by more than half, or I'll run out of food. So Battle 2 is outbound. Battle 3 is outbound. That's 8 units. I need 16. I'm not going to start a battle on enemy base with fewer than 16 units. So Battle 4 is the third. Get Battle 1 holding back for the time being for defense purposes. 2 and 3 are on their way to enemy base. Just making sure of defenses. Yeah, even with the 2 mining stations on Planet 7, I do need to provide extra fuel there. That's what this cargo ship is doing. Planet 3 is under attack. Holding for now, but that's 2-1. I'm going to take fairly heavy losses there. I will need to reinforce Planet 3, I think. It's possible, actually, that I didn't do that. So, Battle 2 and Battle 3, I'm making it all the way to enemy base, but not landing there yet. So that's half my attack force is in position, ready to land. I've run out of ships, so the atmosphere processor I'm done with. We can... Atmosphere processor or terraformer, I call it both. And I'm just waiting for some of the units that I recommissioned to be fully trained. Now, I say I need 16 units, but I have... Yeah, Starbase population can only support 12. But I've got a reasonable amount of food there. I'm not going to run out of food soon, but I need the population to continue to fall. And there are 2 more units. So that, with Battle 4 loaded, that's 12 fresh units. But as I go on the offensive, I'm kind of safe from being counterattacked, because Rorn is going to be pushed onto the defensive. He's not going to be counterattacking. So what I can also do is pick up the garrisons from my refueling bases. So that's what Battle 1 is going to do here. Battle 1 is going to sail out from Starbase empty, but pick up the garrisons from Planet 7 and Cbus. Garrison on Cbus lost about 50 men total. So I'll have 16 units attacking enemy base. 14 of them will be full strength, and 2 of them will be about 175. And that should be enough to weaken enemy base for the killing blow, and yeah, to take away his ability to attack me. So Battle 4 is the 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Cargo 1, so I'm still shuttling fuel from Planet 2 to Planet 7. So notice I never did reinforce Planet 3. So Planet 3 is quite weak. I'm just, relying on going on the offensive here. And Battle 1, I have to remember to do this. You'll be amazed how often I forget. I've taken the garrison from Planet 7, which has never been attacked. And that's going to go into the attack as well. So Battle 4, the second refueling base, needs to refuel. Now, a lot of my battleships are carrying fuel to Cbus. On this occasion, that's not necessary. Cbus still has 3 mining stations that belonged to the enemy that are running. So it actually has an immense amount of fuel there. So I don't need to be loading fuel into the cargo hold of my ships there. It would have been worth possibly bringing 1 more of the mining stations from Cbus back to Planet 7, but I didn't do it. So this is Battle 1. Yeah, you see I've got 12,000 fuel there. And there's the last 4. So that now makes 16 units attacking enemy base, and I'm landing on enemy base. So there's the first 12, all full strength. As you can see, that is like 1 to 2 odds versus the enemy. I'm certainly not going to capture enemy base here. And then, yeah, Battle 1 has the next 4 units. And then Planet 3, again, his troops that were on the attack, and I'm not going to hold Planet 3 there, not with 70 troops. But I have nearly 10 million credits. I have Planet 1 with 30,000 population. I have Starbase with 12,000 population. I'm not going to manage to defend Planet 3 anymore, but I should just be able to manage without it. So I'm bringing my battleships back. Again, There's 2 refueling stops on the way back from enemy base to star base. But the first refueling stop is C-Bus, which has a very large supply of fuel on board. Here we go, refueling Planet Battle 2. The second refueling stop is Planet 7, which has 2 mining bases of its own, plus I've been dutifully shuttling fuel there from Planet 2. So that's where all my fuel's coming from. But you can see there I've lost Planet 3. It's been renamed by the enemy. So I'm taking the solar satellite that was over Planet 3 and I'm sending that to C-Bus. Because although the enemy left 5 and I left 3 of them, mining stations on that planet, and there was a reasonable amount of energy, there's no solar satellite, so that energy is running down. Although 10,000 fuel out there, I don't think I'm not even sure I need those mining bases to keep running. So I think I've got all my battleships back on the last leg to Starbase. I've increased the population a lot on Starbase because I have a food store there, which is now definitely running down. Those 4 cannot support 17,000. Oh, I've still got ships to come back. So I'm making a slight error here because I think it's time to start retraining the troops. I think they've probably actually all died on enemy base and they should be back in training now, and they're not. So that's one spot where I could possibly have cut a few days off this run. Yeah, so that my battleships are still on the way back. You see the fuel on Planet 7 is not so much, down to 3,000. And with 4 battleships needing to refuel on the way home, that's a lot. Yeah, so you can see C-Bus, those just ran out of energy, but they now have energy. I lost Planet 3, I was aware of that. And yeah, I should be training troops now, and I'm not. That's an error. My battleships are home. Or nearly home. Yeah, they're all on the way back. And yeah, all my troops that were on enemy base have died. Yeah, my population's now 17,000. I'm only producing food for 12,000, so it's okay to be taking a couple of thousand out to put them back into training. And of course, it's not just the 16 platoons that were on enemy base, it's also the 4 platoons that were on Planet 3. So I've got 20 units to recommission. The only 4 I have at the moment are 2 on Planet 1 and 2 on Planet 2. It is notable that as long as you have other planets, Rorn never attacks Starbase directly, which is a bit strange. But I don't generally defend Starbase in any way. So my credits they see 1,145,000. So that's enough for 10 units. I really want... Well, I want to attack with 20. That's my target for the coup de man, the final attack on enemy base. But I have 4 units because Planet 1 hasn't been attacked for a very long time and I replaced the garrison there. Planet 2 never got attacked. I have 4 full-strength units on Planet 1 and 2. So I can use those now in the attack. There's no way I'm going to be attacked at this point. So I can take those 4. I need another 16. So at 109,000 per unit, that 16 costs, I think, 1.744 million. So I'm a bit over 500,000 short at this point of being able to commission all the units I want. And yeah, this is an effect of having lost Planet 3. I don't have money coming in at the same rate I would. That's why I'm pushing things on Starbase. I've got Starbase population. Yeah, I'm using that 3,800 food. I'm running that down. Credits there, 1.36 million. So that's enough for 12 units. Nearly 12 and a half of the 16 that I'm going to need. I'm trying to estimate the rate of growth here, because I've got 50, 60 days until my troops are fully trained, and I want to have the 1.6 million there. So I think what I actually decide to do, I'm not quite raising money at the rate I need to equip all those troops. I do still have 3,000 food on Starbase, so I am going to increase the population a bit on Starbase. Still shuttling fuel around, so Battle 1 lands, Battle 2 lands, Battle 3 lands. I don't have to worry about ship slots, of course, because I lost the 3 farming stations that were on Planet 3. So I don't actually need to carry fuel here. Yeah, so that's what I've decided to do. So a 10% drop in the tax rate, or a 7.5% drop in the tax rate, obviously reduces the cash I'm bringing in, but it won't take very long for the population to grow by enough to cancel that out, and then it keeps growing, and then I can put the tax rate back up. So I will have more cash available sooner by doing that, at the cost of running down that food stock. But if I can drop 20 full strength units on enemy base as soon as they're fully trained, then that's it. That's game over. I don't need to come back. So this is Battle 1. I'm picking up, like I say, the 2 garrisons. There's no need to wait. Those are already there. So I can get this ship out on the way while I'm waiting for the other units to be trained. So Battle 1 is outbound. I'm at 60-something% trained, so I've still got half a year to wait for that training. Checking here, yes, they are on Battle 1. I haven't done that thing where I unload troops instead of loading them. So Battle 1 is on its way out. Cargo 1, I'm picking up more fuel here. Yeah, this is a quiet time. I'm waiting for troops to finish training. 76%, 77%. Battle 1 is outbound with my only 4 actual commissioned troops that I have right now. Yeah, so I'm actually unloading my surplus fuel on Planet 7. Normally that would be for unloading on C-Bus, but C-Bus has surplus of fuel. I've carried 600 energy. That's completely unnecessary, since there actually is a solar satellite over C-Bus now. 80-something%. What's the cash looking like now? So cash for 15. So I've nearly got, I need 16. So I'm 100,000 short of what I need. By the time all 16 of those troops are trained, by the time I can just go through and commission them, I'll have the 17,44,000 that I need. Yeah, population of Starbase now, 17,000. Yeah, I need 50,000. I mean, it's nice to have a little more. I have all my troops now, apart from the 4 in Battle 1, all of my troops are in training. So I could go into attack with 24 units. I don't have the money to commission 20 units in addition to the 4 I've got, but 20 will be enough. So last bit of cargo I love, fuel handling, and now my units are just hitting 100%. So that's battle 2. So battle 1 is already at enemy base. Battle 2 now is on the way out. And these are the troops for battle 3. 99% trained. There he is. Battle 3. Hit the wrong button there. Battle 4 and 5 need to land and refuel before I can send them out. Battle 4 is above starbase. Well, Battle 5 doesn't exist, but I've got to buy Battle 5, crew it. So Battle 4 is fueled. I have enough fuel on starbase to fuel up the tanks. Again, it makes more sense actually to empty those tanks on Planet 7 than on Cbus. Cbus has plenty of fuel. So now I can take the next 4, put that on Battle 4. So you can see I now have enough money for the 16. These are... I've commissioned 12 plus the 4 I already had. That's 16. I need another 4. So that's the last. I don't have money for one more. So while I could buy a Battle 6, I won't have any troops to load on it at this point. So Battle 1 is already there. Battle 2's at the first refueling stop. So there's 8,000 fuel there. That's actually plenty. It's more than enough. Battle 3 should be above there. Yeah. And Battle 4 should be on the way still, yeah. And Battle 5 should be on the way. Yeah. So Battle 2 should be ready to take the next step. So I'm getting a Battle 6, but I say I can't actually afford to commission troops for it yet. Don't have the cash. 50,000. Oh, there's cash for 1. So Battle 2 is... See, 2 and 3 are still outbound. So 2 and 3 are on the second leg of 3. 3 and 4 are on the first leg of 3. So 2 and 3 are on the second leg. 4 and 5 are on the first leg. So putting Battle 4 onto the second leg, and now Battle 5 on the second leg. So that's 4 ships on the second leg of the journey. Battle 1, of course, is already at enemy base, and now Battle 2 is ready to start the third leg of the journey from Cbus to enemy base. And Battle 3 also should be, yeah. So it's 2024. This is really early to be doing this second attack wave. Battle 4 is still on the second leg. Battle 1 has landed. Whether they're in orbit or landed doesn't make any significant distance. So Battle 4 starting its third leg. And Battle 5 needs to start its third leg. So that's 20 units. 20 units fully dispatched to enemy base. 12 of them sitting there. And there we go. The 23,400 strength. So I'm almost matching that, I think, with my first 3. And now Battle 4 and Battle 5. Battle 5 is not ready, so Battle 4 unloads. Yeah, so now I'm ahead, but not by much. With the reinforcements that he can bring in, over time. That's not enough. So I've got cash for 3 of my remaining 4 units. So just to be on the safe side here, I'm commissioning those 3 units. I don't have enough credits for the 4th, but Battle 6 is outbound with more reinforcements. But how am I doing? I'm better than 2-1 odds, so I'm not increasing the aggression. So that, yeah, given that I'm winning, if I win quicker, that gives him less time to bring more reinforcements himself. So bringing these units back at this point is just in case I've completely screwed up somewhere. It shouldn't really be necessary. Battle 6 is on the way. And now I'm at 3-1 odds with 75 aggression. So that 3-1 improve. That 3-1 is just slightly improving, so I'm still ahead. Yeah, that's a definite improvement. 17, 25 and a half. 24-27. Yeah, so it's getting nearly 3.5-1 odds. And I hit the aggression up to max to win this as fast as possible. Battle 6 isn't actually going to make it in time. That would, you know, at this point, another 3 full strength units would completely decide it. But I'm now at like 5-1 odds and max aggression. It's only going to take 5 or 6 more turns. So we're into 2025. Early 2025. So this is the earliest that I've ever won the game at the highest level. I'm pretty certain. Toxic Planet 7. I don't have any population there anyway. 5 of 2025. So I am 1 hour, 11 minutes and 20 seconds into the video, and boom, that's it. So if you check the timestamp on the video, I have won the game in less than 72 minutes of playing time, and in the date of 5 of 2025 in game time. Actually 7 of 2025. So the way to improve that, not a huge deal, I don't think. So I could have started training the second wave probably 5 or 10 days earlier. However, even if I had done that, I don't think I would have had enough credits to commission the troops. So I would also have needed, if I just spared the time, instead of rushing to bring the ships back from enemy base after the first wave, if I'd taken a little time to build a Battle 5 then and shift a couple of units from Planet 1 to Planet 3, I could have held Planet 3. So if I'd done that, then as soon as the units died on enemy base from the first wave, I could have got them into training for the second wave, and with Planet 3 held, I would have had enough money to commission them as soon as they were fully trained, even if that was 5 or 10 days earlier than was actually the case in this game. So that's one way this could have been. So with that, I think it might just have been possible to have won in 2024. It would have been close. And there's always the question of how soon you're just getting organized, getting on the attack as early as possible. You know, maybe I could have taken Cebus a little earlier, but actually the critical time was the time to bring troops back from the garrisons, that units that were below strength, get them retrained, send them out again, to be the full strength attack. So yeah, there's really very little I could have done. I think I'm getting quite close here to the optimum time possible.